Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Thursday, July 10th. I have 3 things that sold over the last 24 hours that I'm going to ship out today. I had like no sale. My sales so far this month have been really low. Yesterday it was like noon and I still hadn't had any sales, and I decided I was gonna do like a 36-hour 40% off sale. And then I was like, feel like that was a mistake. I was thinking 40% off sale, I could get a lot of sales, and then maybe, kind of the volume would make up for losing 40% off. Here's what happened. This sold, and I had already kind of been in like negotiations with the person over this shirt. So this is a J. Crew button down, but it's called the Broken in Oxford. So when I search the Broken in Oxford J. Crew, the average sale price is $27.87 with a 76% sell-through rate. That's really high. 76% is fantastic. So I thought this was going to sell really fast with that high of a sell-through rate. And I have had it listed for about a month. I had it listed for $30. Somebody came in yesterday and offered me $15, and I was like, I searched the comps. I was like, I feel like it's already priced pretty low, and I do 15 and 20% off regularly. So I went back and countered with 24. Well, they came back and countered at 18. And I felt pretty confident in my comps. And so I was like, I countered at 24 again. And then they countered at 20. And that was when I decided I was going to do the 40% off sale. And I was like, you know what? 40% off is actually a little bit under $18. So I'm going to go ahead and accept the 20%. Well, there's 2 different ways eBay does offers when you accept offers. And you probably know this, but if you don't, often it will say, this is the offer, and we will automatically charge the buyer if you accept the offer. And those are the ones I really like because it's a guaranteed sale. Well, then the other times it says something along the lines of like, you can accept multiple offers, and basically the first person that pays is the one who will get that. And so I don't know what the deal is with that exactly, but essentially like they haven't paid for it yet. And so you can accept the offer, but it's not a guaranteed sale. Well, that's what it said on this. So I went ahead, accepted the $20 offer. Then I set the sale up on my account, on my eBay store. And then I got an email saying that this had sold, and the person bought it at the 40% off. So they bought it for $17.97. And I was like, well, okay. So I sold something, and actually the other 2 items that sold, I'll talk about those later too, but I'm like, maybe they would have sold anyway without the sale. You know what I mean? So it just made me question myself. But then I was doing the comps, and I just searched. So I was doing the comps for this video, and I just searched J. Crew Broken in Oxford, and I left off the word the. That one word changed the comps drastically. To the average sale price was $18, and the sell-through rate was only 31%. So I'm not really sure. I double checked. I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was really high sell-through rate. And I remembered that I had done the Broken in Oxford yesterday. So that one word changed like 45% on the sell-through rate. So now I'm like, well, maybe that was exactly what it was supposed to sell for $18. I'm not sure. With shipping, they paid $24.28. I paid about $2 for it at the bins, the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. That's my average cost of goods. I've had it for a month. My profit is $13.49. And that's all 3 of these items. My goal is like $15 in profit per item on average. And all of these are like, none of them quite hit it, but they're all pretty close. So I'm like, you know, maybe it would have sold without the sale. I mean, that one would have, because I, you know, had accepted the offer, but maybe these other two wouldn't have. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, all three of these brands are brands that I really like to sell. I consider them like a bread and butter. So things that often I will get that $15 in profit or more, and then they usually will sell within like 6 months, maybe a year. And so I feel fairly confident with most of these things, buying them when I can find them for a reasonable amount. So I went ahead and looked up my sell-through rate on all three of these. So for J. Crew, just the J. Crew brand, currently I have 19 items listed, and over the past, let's see, I've been on Vendu since November of 2023. So that's just over a year and a half. So over a year and a half, I've sold $35 or 35 items of J. Crew. Duluth is the next brand, and I have 13 items listed, and over the past year and a half I've sold 22 Duluth items. So here's the Duluth Trading Co. tag. There's that. I always like see my fingernails in the, I am a nail biter, which is terrible. I'm like, I'm 45. I should be able to kick that habit. And sometimes I do really well, and then I don't know. It's annoying. I annoy myself with that habit. Okay. Anyway, these are a pair of just cargo, like hiking pants. These are women's, and they're plus size women's, so they're a size 20. And the Duluth cargo pants in a woman's plus size has an average sale price of $22.59 with a 38% sell-through rate. So I think that is a pretty good sell-through rate for me. You know, I'm usually trying to get like 25, maybe 30%. Most of my items are a lot lower than that percentage-wise. So anyway, this sold for $19.78. So I had them listed pretty high. Now I would have, when I listed them, I would have checked this exact size and the color and kind of priced according to that. But maybe I just had it priced too high because these did take 7 months to sell. And well, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, with shipping, they paid $26.44. I paid $2.12 at one of my favorite thrift stores, and my profit's $14.72. This one, I paid too much for, I think. But this is absolutely one of my favorite brands, and that is Pure Jill, which is a J. Jill line. And this, you can see, is new with tags. So this is a $79 dress, and it's just like a t-shirt style, like A-line, knee-length dress. I actually had this in my size and sold it already, I think, because I didn't like the texture of it on my skin, but I loved the way it looked. But I'm a little bit sensory stuff, thus the fingernails, I think. Anyway, sidetracked as always. Pure Jill items, I have, I can't read my own writing. I have 3 items listed, 15 items sold over the last year and a half. But when I look up Pure Jill, I think I just looked J. Jill and Pure Jill. I looked up different ones and it was all roughly the same. But a new with tags was $32.38 with a 5% sell-through rate, which is so low. But I paid $8 for this. And then with the sale, it only sold for $23.97. So I think I had it listed at $35, right? Would that be about right? 40% off of that. With shipping, they paid $31.37. I paid
$31.37?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, $30.37.
Yeah, can you not talk with your mouth full?
Yeah.
I know. So I paid $8. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but it does give us extra money, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
for groceries.
And toys.
And toys. Dance class. Gymnastics.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I paid $8 at a local thrift store, and so because of that high cost of goods, my profit is $12.33, which, you know, doesn't even double my money, which is kind of not really what I was going for, but I thought I probably would have been able to sell this for around $30. And that's the thing, like, I second guess myself. Should I have done the sale? Would these things have sold regardless? I mean, I have had this listed for 4 months. I would think that it would have sold already. Well, maybe. I mean, a 5% sell-through rate is super low, so maybe not. I'm not really sure. I think it's hard because, you know, there's there's so many people who are like, oh, you just follow these simple, you know, whatever, these simple steps and you're gonna make 6 figures doing this. And I think sometimes it doesn't feel that way. It feels like it feels a little bit like a science project or an art project, where it really, like, it's just kind of a guesswork, and you take some risks, you try some things, and you see if it works, and then if it doesn't, you try some other things and see if that works, and maybe it works for a little while and then it stops working, and then you do some other things. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm like, okay, I didn't list a whole lot in June. I, you know, played a lot in June, and now I need to kind of revamp some stuff. I need to get some activity going in my store so I can get those sales back, right? Yes, right. All right. So the question of the day is a summer. I have it already. It's a funny one, but you can tell me your answer.
Wait.
Oh, give me just a second. Okay, so question of the day, summer related would you rather question. Would you rather have immunity to mosquitoes or immunity to bees? I will tell you.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes? That's your answer? Bud, what's your answer?
What's immunity?
Immunity, like they would never bite you or sting you. What do you think?
Bees.
Bees? Yeah. I'm going to say mosquitoes because I feel like I don't get stung by bees that often, but I do get bit by mosquitoes all the time.
Yeah.
Did you change your mind? You changed your mind to mosquitoes?
Probably because of you.
Probably because of me. Did you change your mind because that's what I said?
No, because when I get bit, I'm like,
Yeah, I know they're itchy when they get bit, aren't they? All right, so let me know what's your answer. Bonus points. Hold on. Don't chew with your mouth closed or with your mouth open. All right. Yeah, you get bonus points if you use an emoji. However, the points don't matter. So, all right, that's it for us. We're gonna go play. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.